OK, we have some breaking news to bring you following today's match. An official complaint to the Premier League that a more experienced referee was not selected to officiate a game of such magnitude.
And they made a mistake, and it was a big mistake, and the eyes of the world were on them, and now they are paying the consequences. And the mistake they made was that they thought they were checking a goal that had been allowed. They worked very, very quickly. Some people may say they were working too quickly because they're under pressure to make these decisions quickly, because when they take a lot of time, people complain that they're taking too long. This could have all been cleared up if they'd done that. And I don't think FIFA or IFAB would have thrown the book at them if that is what they had done. But unfortunately, they decided to stick to the letter of the law.
The Emirates Stadium was left in absolute disbelief after another night of VAR controversy that will be talked about for weeks, if not months. Arsenal were once again left feeling robbed as VAR allowed a highly controversial Chelsea goal to stand in what many supporters are calling one of the most shocking officiating decisions of the season. What should have been a decisive moment in Arsenal's favour instead turned into yet another chapter in the growing frustration surrounding the use of technology in the Premier League. The drama unfolded in the second half of a fiercely contested London derby. With the score finely balanced and tensions already high, Chelsea launched a quick attacking move down the right flank. A low cross was fired into the box and turned home from close range. Initially, the assistant referee kept the flag down, but replays immediately suggested that the Chelsea forward had drifted beyond the last defender before the ball was played. Arsenal players reacted instantly, surrounding the referee and pointing furiously toward the assistant. The Emirates crowd erupted in anger, convinced the goal would be ruled out once VAR intervened. Screens around the stadium flashed the familiar checking goal message, and for a few moments, hope remained that justice would be served. But what followed only intensified the outrage. After a lengthy review, the referee signaled that the goal would stand. The VAR officials had judged that the attacker was onside by the narrowest of margins, using the now infamous calibrated lines that have divided opinion across the league. The decision was met with deafening boos from the home crowd, while Arsenal's bench stood in visible disbelief. Television replays only added fuel to the fire. Freeze-frame images showed what appeared to be a clear offside, with the Chelsea forward's shoulder seemingly ahead of the Arsenal defender. Pundits questioned the angle used for the review and whether the correct frame had been selected at the precise moment the ball was played. Social media exploded within seconds, with fans labeling the call a VAR disgrace and demanding greater transparency from officials. For Arsenal, the timing of the decision made it even more painful. The team had been building momentum, pressing high and looking the more likely side to score. Instead, they were forced to chase the game after conceding a goal that many believe should never have stood. The psychological blow was evident, as Chelsea capitalized on the shift in momentum and tightened their defensive shape. Mikel Arteta cut a frustrated figure on the touchline. While careful with his words after the match, he made it clear that consistency in officiating remains a serious concern. He emphasized that his players deserve clarity and fairness, especially in crucial moments that can define an entire season. The Arsenal manager stopped short of directly criticizing the officials but admitted that decisions like this are very difficult to accept. This latest controversy comes amid ongoing debates about the effectiveness of VAR in England. Introduced to eliminate clear and obvious errors, the system has instead often found itself at the center of heated disputes. Critics argue that the technology, while precise, lacks common sense and fails to account for the spirit of the game. Supporters of Arsenal will point to this incident as yet another example of marginal calls going against them in key matches. Chelsea, on the other hand, celebrated what could prove to be a vital result in their campaign. Their manager insisted post-match that the decision was made according to the rules and that technology confirmed the goal was legitimate. For them, it was a moment of relief and triumph in hostile territory. Yet for Arsenal fans streaming out of the Emirates, the overriding feeling was one of anger and injustice. Chants against VAR echoed long after the final whistle, and debates raged outside the stadium about whether the system is truly improving the game or slowly eroding its integrity. In a league where fine margins separate glory from disappointment, decisions like this carry enormous weight. For Arsenal, it felt like history repeating itself: another big night, another contentious call, and another sense that they were on the wrong side of football's most controversial technology. Whether changes will follow remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the debate over VAR is far from over.